Welcome to the Coast to Coast MLB podcast, brought to you by Play Picks and the Lines. Coming to you from the West Coast, Josh Lander, joined by my guys Nate Weitzer on the East Coast and Mo Nawara sitting there in the Midwest. And we are looking at a pretty fun Thursday night MLB slate here with you guys. Going to be taking a look at these evening games as always to make sure we can get those videos out to you in time. Do want to make sure you are liked and subscribed to that page. Check out every single video we'll be bringing you during this MLB season, during each of the weekdays that we are here with you guys. And as always, if you do still need a FanDuel or a DraftKings account, head to ftpicks.com or dkpicks.com. Find those listings in your area, such as what we've got for tonight's slate. Nate, let's get into it.
Yeah, we got 7 great day games on tap here. Before we get to those night games, let's run through the lines. We got Giants plus 110 at the Mets. Carlos Carrasco going. Dylan Cease and the White Sox are minus 145 at Cleveland. The Yankees, big favorites, minus 175 at Detroit. Boston, pretty much even money at home against Toronto. Tanner Hook going there. The Twins are toss-up at the Royals. Zach Greinke, he continues to surprise. We got the O's plus 110 at Oakland, Arizona plus 110 at Washington. And then we get into some of this night action. Cardinals with Jordan Hicks set to open at Miami. They are plus 110 underdogs against Pablo Lopez and the Marlins. The Pirates are plus 120 at Wrigley Field. Bryce Wilson going up against Mark Leiter Jr. And then 2 lefties out at Safeco Field. The Rangers plus 125 as Marco Gonzalez goes for Seattle. I think we're going to stick with what's been working for us all week here, and that's targeting the Cardinals and targeting the under at Marlins Park. A bit of a shine has come off that Marlins offense initially as they faced, a team that certainly knows how to get the most out of their pitchers. And now the Cardinals are going full Rays here. They're throwing one of their heaters right off the bat, one of their flamethrowers in Jordan Hicks, who averages 101 on his heater and got a 63% ground ball rate over his 114 career relief appearances. Expectation is Dakota Hudson to take over after Hicks probably goes 2 innings here. And the Marlins bullpen has been pretty well rested. The Cardinals bullpen with Wainwright and Nicolas both pitching pretty well here as they've won 5-1 and 2-0 to start this series. Pablo Lopez, a quality pitcher on the other side, though. I mean, that's why we do like under here at 7.5 or 8 runs if you can get it. He got a bit unlucky last year with the 301 batting average balls in play. This year it's down to 241, despite the low ground ball rate. And in 2 versus St. Louis last year, he held them to 1 earned run in both games, allowed just 5 total hits, 11 Ks, had a 2.34 ERA at home last year, so clearly knows how to play to that big park there down in Miami. And I think we continue to see the trend for 3rd time. I like the Cardinals and the under in this spot.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot for the Cardinals just because of what they're doing with Jordan Hicks here. My general feeling is bullpen games are usually undervalued in the market. Said that before, and I'm sticking with it here. Pablo Lopez is very good, and it's well justified that the market respects him. But I just much more believe in the Cardinals' offense and defense compared to the Marlins. That's why I see this game as a little closer to a coin flip. Jordan Hicks, he's solid, at least as a reliever, and again, we don't expect much length from him. He's been piggybacking with Dakota Hudson, who is an extreme ground baller, and I think that plays well against, as we talked about with Michaelis and Wainwright, against an offense that really just loves to burn worms in the Marlins, 4th highest ground ball rate so far. So I think that the Cards' run prevention should be solid, and we definitely know this offense rates to be quite a bit better than the Marlins, who I believed in the preseason, haven't got the hitting going yet. So, I'm definitely looking at the Cardinals here. If I can get like around plus 110.
Yeah, I think that we're going to continue to see this theme from the Marlins, and I don't know that anybody really was bought in this early anyway. There's a few bats that could come into the lineup later and also help out, but still the runs and under with a Cardinals team that you would think Still has a top 5, top 6 offense in the majors right now. But yeah, the Marlins are not going to help your cause if you prefer it over there. So I'll follow along with you guys on that one, and then move us on to another game here. We have an AL West matchup. We got the Rangers and the M's. Mo, talk us through a total of 8.5 here. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, I just the early line I'm seeing is 8.5. It's a couple lefties on the mound, which I do like here in a pitcher's park against two offenses that I just don't think are going to be that good against lefties. Even though neither one of these guys is a great pitcher, I do see kind of more lefty leaning lineups here. Up to looks like about 4 in the Mariners lineup. They can throw a couple righty platoon guys. I don't really believe in them at all, so it's just like whatever there. And then Texas, 2 of their 4 best hitters are lefties. I like their lefty platoon bats better than their right-handed ones as well. As far as the pitchers go, I think I might be underestimating Taylor Hearn. Faded him successfully last start, but I think he might be a little better than I'm giving him credit for. 2.67 Sierra so far. 50% grounders. He might not be as bad as I think. So I think if he's just like closer to like a below average arm, then I had him as replacement level originally. I'm starting to revise that a little bit. And then we know Marco Gonzalez is just a pretty solid, like number 4 type of starter who's going to give you decent innings. So then just not excited about either of these kind of lefty leaning offenses against these lefties in a pitcher's park here.
Yeah, if you do go by the numbers, though, the Rangers have been pretty good against lefties through this small sample size, hitting 282 with a low K rate, and the Mariners actually the second worst batting average. So if you're leaning towards Hearn and you're getting plus 120 for Texas, I think there is some value there. I mean, Marco Gonzalez has given up a ton of hard contact, has a 13% barrel rate and 30% home run to fly ball ratio, and he's been under 40% ground balls the last few seasons. So, I mean, if Texas is able to get to him there, that could certainly tip the scales. And Hearn, Mo said he liked his slider last year, and now he's throwing it nearly 50% of the time, leaning on that. So maybe that allows him to go deep here. 2 pitchers out at Wrigley Field that we don't have much to go on in terms of Bryce Wilson and Mark Leiter Jr. But Leiter at least, has a bit of a body of work at the AAA level. That's respectable for sure. 3.3 ERA, 11.5 K per 9, and a high K per walk ratio. A bit of cup of coffee with the Phillies. I mean, 27 appearances in 2017, and got a bit unlucky to have a 282 batting average balls in play with just a 28% hard hit rate. His hard hit rate down to 27 in his season debut. He's not a guy who throws hard. No, he's not Al Leiter's son, but he pitches a little bit like him, I guess. He's nibbling, throwing that curve, which looks a little bit better, so far at the second stint in the majors. And really, I mean, we just don't have much respect for Bryce Wilson, who's been hit hard at every turn here, 94% Z contact so far in 2 starts. And the Cubs, who are second in on-base percentage overall, first in extra base hit rate, and they haven't really found it at home yet because their opponents at home in these 2 series, Milwaukee and Tampa Bay, 2 teams that can shut you down, and the Pirates pitching staff nowhere near that kind of level.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Just 2 pitchers, like you said. We don't have much to go off of here. I would say I have a better feel for Bryce Wilson. I think he's just really, really bad, unfortunately. Had some hopes for him when he was a Braves prospect. He was a little bit touted as kind of a guy who was going to get better than his stuff because he had like some pitchability. And you can see that in his prospect grade, 55 command, future 60, but man, has he been he's been as bad as they come so far, really. He just doesn't do anything well. Allows fly balls, doesn't strike people out, walks too many guys, too much loud contact. Nothing about him says he's a major league pitcher, basically. I don't really have any belief in Leiter either. But as far as the offenses go, I would say very large edge to the Cubs. At least it looks like so far. I did not have any expectations for this offense, but they've hit the ball well so far, and Seiya Suzuki looks like he's probably going to be a star. So I guess if I had to take a side here, I would lean Cubs. I'm going to wait and see, I guess, where the line goes tomorrow. If it's around like minus 120 or 125, I would consider a wager on the Cubs here.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll move that way or not, but I mean, I think I still have, if we can get it at 130, I don't hate it. I mean, yeah, if either of these teams could pitch, they'd be decent teams for sure. But I think I do believe in the Cubs offense and their starts of the season a little bit more as well than the Pirates. And yeah, if Bryce Wilson, I guess I'll take the lesser of two evils here with Mark Leiter Jr. But that is all the time we have for you guys here, as we do have these 3 night games for you. So make sure you are liked and subscribed as we continue on during this MLB season with videos for you each and every weekday. And until we see you next, happy betting.